of room for savings in the overall budget versus what we've been spending in previous years.
Oh, okay. All right. Second thing is, I've seen a lot of movement in terms of something called data processing costs in and out of different departments.
Bishop can explain the details behind that.
All right.
What we've done this year is if you'll recall, last year we contracted Sullivan Data to provide all of the computer support and network support for the town. What we've decided to do this year is take that contract amount, which is relatively fixed, and allocate it out to the departments based on the number of seats, if you will, actually the number of machines that each department has. So that's what you're seeing there, is taking that roughly, say, $17,000, $18,000 and splitting it up throughout the town.
Okay. All right. And it looked like there was an overall increase in data processing costs of around $3,000. Is that?
I don't think so. I mean, the only thing I could think of is that at the time we had not budgeted the licensing costs and operating costs for the outsourcing of the email. Okay, so for example, the seat licenses for the outsourced email was $1,650, and then you're talking about roughly $8 a seat, give or take, per month.
Okay. All right, that makes sense. Also, maybe you can answer this, Bishop. There was a business machine maintenance. There's an increase there. What was that for?
The rental. Hold on a second.
It's under tax collection contractual expenses.
Page 5.
Sorry, I just moved my sheet here. Oh, okay. That's the. We did the same thing with the copying machines. If you'll recall, we got a brand new copying contract, which is roughly about $12,000, give or take. And what we did was we split that up between the 4 different departments that have them. So you're seeing that allocation. There's one in the tax office. There's one in the clerk's office. There's one up here in the supervisor's office. And there's one in the assessment office. All of those machines are, set up for scanning and for the future being able to be networked.
Great. Then under assessment, there's a $15,000 increase for a senior appraiser. I'm sorry if I'm repeating something someone may have brought up already.
No, it wasn't brought up. That's a. There was a position last year that wasn't. That was part of the budget but wasn't filled. So there's the assessment office is requesting for a senior appraiser, which Mitch can.
Well, I think what we'll do on that Saturday morning, Mr. Markets will make the case for his department on the Saturday morning.
So we didn't fill the position, but now we're budgeting an extra $15,000 for the position.
For a higher level position.
Are appraisers in demand right now?
Qualified appraisers are still in demand. The number of appraisers that actually exist in the real world is diminished.
I don't understand why.
Well, but we'll talk about that on the Saturday morning.
Okay.
So we'll finalize that.
All right. And then I think I just had one other thing. So for the highway department, there's a $70,000 increase on bridges. Is that
We decreased that just to show for maintenance for the bridge in the preliminary budget.
There's a decrease.
It's an increase from 10 to 80,000.
No.
We don't have the latest version.
No, it's a decrease. It's down to 15. You don't have the latest version.
Okay.
There was a question earlier as far as where we know that.
Okay. And then on employee benefits, these seem to be some of the largest increases that we're incurring in the overall budget.
We talked about
We talked about that earlier also.
All right, I apologize.
No, but the state retirement system is allocating a significant increase
Okay.
to the municipalities.
All right, thank you.
Wonderful. Okay, if there's no other comments from the public,
Mr. Supervisor, I'd
Please.
like to make a motion that we keep the public hearing open on the budget.
okay,
We just adjourn
Just
the
adjourn?
hearing until December 14th.
Make a motion to adjourn
second?
To December 14th.
to December 14th, sorry.
Second.
Guilford,
Aye.
Mendocino, Nioras,
Aye.
Villanova,
Yes.
Carbon.
Yes, so what time on December 14th? 7 o'clock?
Whatever you decided, 7:30.
What time do we want to do? Can you guys can you make 7 o'clock, or?
Is it going to be as long as this one?
No, I think
Let's
it'll
start
be,
later then. No, I mean,
All right,
we don't have to
7:30?
start as early.
7:30 on December 14th.
That's the regular monthly meeting.
Yeah.
As
Yeah.
well.
All right.
Perfect.
And there'll be enough time to get a budget printed up if we make any changes on December 11th.
Yes. Good, okay, can I get a motion to open the town meeting?
So moved.
Second?
Guilford,
Aye.
Mendocino, Nioras,
Aye.
Villanova,
Nathan?
Carbon.
Have a seat.
Okay, so
He was in the... he
we
was
don't
in
need,
front of
everyone
that,
need to do the Pledge of Allegiance again. Can I get approval of the minutes from the October 26th meeting?
yeah. So moved.
Second?
Second.
Thank you.
Guilford,
Aye.
Mendocino, Nioras, Villanova,
Abstain.
Carbon.
Yup, approve. Okay, Hope, you want to give us the departmental reports?
Okay, total shares from the town clerk's office for the month of October, $1,483.97, and for October of 2009, $1,789.30. And tax collections for the month of October, deposited to the supervisor, $6,875,908.29. Deposited to the treasurer of the village of Portchester, $71,754.55. And deposited to the treasurer of the village of Rybrook, $15,041.72. Total of $6,962,704.56. And where's the
I'm here.
Crawford Park?
Again, as you see, if you look in your Crawford Park packet, we are on a year-to-date basis at roughly $100,905 versus approximately $85,857 from last year. You see the statistics in terms of the nonprofit utilization of the park versus the paid events at the park, and the growth in the nonprofit utilization of the park. I mean, the next item here actually is, if I'm not mistaken, Crawford Park policy. Oh, no, excuse me. You want comments for the public?
I have one question. Where is the totals year-to-date in the Crawford Park report?
If you look at the third page, what I gave you is I gave you the full year because I thought you might want to at least understand how the money flows in. What you'll see is there's a lot more money booked in the earlier part of the year than there is toward the later part of the year. Certainly in the summertime, our utilization goes up tremendously because we're also using outdoors. We're using the fields. There's a lot more pavilion events outside. And you have what amounts to 4 years of data there that we've been trying to track for you.
Beautiful. Thanks, Mr. Nowotny. Comments from the public? Colby?
I hope you have answers for my questions. And I'm sorry, Joe Carvin, that you were called for Sunday, the 21st. But in the Westmore News, they had a wonderful, wonderful article on the history of the Civil War, which was to be held at Crawford Park Mansion on Sunday, November 21st at 4 o'clock. I got there at about 3:30 and couldn't get into the building, no matter how we tried. And then a lot of other people and the guy who was playing Beltram, Colonel Beltram, he was standing outside also. He said, we can't get into the building. And when we looked in the door, nothing was set up. Nothing was done. And I said, well, what are we going to do? He said, well, Camille Lennon knows about it, and she's going to find out why the door is not open. So we waited and waited and waited. And Camille came, and a lot of people came. A lot of people, but we couldn't get in. We couldn't get into the building. And I don't know if it went on or not, because when it got to about 20 after 4, and it was supposed to start at 4, okay, I had to leave, because I had to be somewhere at 5 o'clock. But I don't know whether it went on or not, or what time it went on, if it did go on. And that's what I want to ask you about that one.
Sure. Do you want me to answer that now?
Can you answer me on that one?
Sure, absolutely. Yeah, no, well, look, we want to apologize to you, Goldie, and to Mr. Carey, who put on a wonderful performance of Nelson Beltran, a Civil War hero from Portchester. The performance did go on. It started at 4:30. Unfortunately,
How could it start at 4:30 when I left at 4:30 and wasn't set up?
No, it started at 4:30. No, you said you left at 4:20. I don't know when you left. I didn't notice when you left. We started at 4:30, though.
But it wasn't set up. Nothing was set up. There were no chairs. There were nothing set up.
I don't know what you want me to tell you. My understanding is, when I looked at my watch, it was 4:30, so we lost a half an hour.
Okay, but so it did go on, right?
Yeah, it did go on. It was the third in our performance. I just don't know if you're here to congratulate the town for really making the effort and putting on those kinds of performances, or you're here just to complain because it didn't start exactly.
It didn't start on time.
Okay, thank you.
It didn't start when I was supposed to be there, and what it said in the Westmore News at 4 o'clock. It just didn't start there. Everybody was waiting outside. They couldn't get in the building to even set up. The other thing I'd like to ask you about is I came today to the building, and the door was locked. And I pressed the bell, the little bell that's on the right-hand side there. No answer, no answer, no answer. Nobody came to let me in. Nobody heard. And there were lights on the 3rd floor. There were lights on the 2nd floor. There were lights on in different places. But nobody answered that bell. Is the bell working or isn't it? And who's responsible for it to make sure that it is working?
No, the bell is not working, has not worked for several years.
Well, then there should be a notice on top of there, bell out of order. You can't just leave a bell there and have people press it and stand outside and not know that the bell is not working, unless you have a sign on there that says out of order. It doesn't make sense. So please, can you take care of that? Because I banged on the window and I banged on the door, I banged all over the place, including the button. No answer, no answer, no answer. But if the bell is out of order, people have to know that. They don't have keys to get into the building. So something has to be done about that. That's all I'm going to bring up tonight, and hopefully I want to wish you a happy Thanksgiving, all of you, and a healthy one.
Thank you, Sam Goldie. Any other comments from the public?
Just a quick question. You have on your agenda a discussion on the Code of Ethics. Is there a Code of Ethics presently?
Yes.
Okay.
But Councilman Nioras has submitted a proposed new code to replace the old code, which is, I think, was adopted somewhere in probably the 70s.
It was 71.
Okay.
1971. You were probably in high school at that time and probably couldn't remember.
You got it.
Okay, couldn't remember that Code of Ethics. It's a little outdated, so Councilman Nioras is proposing a new one.
Okay, I'm just asking because I was just surprised. But there is an ethics board still, correct?
There is a ethics board constituted by the town. I'm not sure if the...
Is there people on it?
Well, I mean, no one's been taken off it. Let me put it that way.
Are they still alive?
Yeah, I don't know.
They are.
Fortunately, we haven't had to use them yet.
They are, but the other thing is,
Richard, is I don't think that I've seen the Board of Ethics convened
Yes.
for many years. So Usually when the Board of Ethics needs to be convened, that